In the heart of the dense forest stands an old, quiet cabin, isolated from the rest of civilization. It was a place where the trees seemed to whisper secrets, and the shadows danced with malevolent intent. Few dared to venture near, for the tales whispered among the villagers spoke of a malevolent force lurking within, a shadowy presence that hungered for souls. On a moonless night, three friends, Ethan, Sarah, and Jacob, seeking adventure, decide to explore the mysteries of the haunted cabin. Armed with nothing but flashlights and trembling courage, they ventured into the darkness. The forest seemed to close in around them as they approached the cabin. The air grew thick with an ominous silence, broken only by the sound of their pounding hearts. With each step, the weight of fear settled upon them like a suffocating shroud. Upon reaching the cabin, they found the door creaking open as if turning them inside. Hesitant but fueled by curiosity, they stepped over the threshold into the chilling embrace of the unknown. Inside, the air was thick with dust and the floorboards groaned beneath their feet. Shadows danced across the walls, twisting and contorting into grotesque shapes. The friends pressed on, their nerves on edge, determined to uncover the truth behind the cabin's dark secrets. As they explored further, they stumbled upon a hidden chamber, its walls decorated with strange symbols and cryptic writings. At the center of the room stood an ancient-looking tome, its pages yellowed with age. Drawn to the book, Ethan reached out to touch it, his fingers trembling with anticipation, but as his hand made contact, a sudden chill filled the air, and the shadows around them seemed to coalesce into a sinister form. Before their eyes, the shadow took shape, a grotesque amalgamation of darkness and despair. Paralyzed with fear, the friends watched helplessly as the shadow advanced, its presence suffocating and malevolent. With each step, it drew closer, its eyes burning with an otherworldly hunger. In a desperate bid for survival, Ethan grabbed the tome and began to recite an incantation, hoping to banish the shadow back to the depths from when it came. But the words fell from his lips like whispers in the wind, powerless against the darkness that consumed them. Just as all hope seemed lost, Sarah remembered a charm her grandmother had taught her long ago, a talisman of protection against evil spirits. With trembling hands, she reached into her pocket and retrieved the charm, holding it aloft with trembling determination. As the shadow closed in, its form flickering with malice, Sarah uttered the words of the charm, her voice trembling but resolute. In an instant, a blinding light erupted from the talisman, bathing the chamber in its radiant glow. With a howl of agony, the shadow recoiled, its form writhing in pain as the light consumed it completely. In a burst of darkness, it vanished, leaving the friends shaken but victorious in its wake. Exhausted and shaken, Ethan, Sarah, and Jacob fled the cabin, vowing never to return to its cursed halls. And although the shadow had been banished for now, they knew that its malevolent presence would linger in their memories, a reminder of the horrors that lurked in the darkness. As they stumbled out of the cabin, their breaths heavy and hearts pounding, the forest seemed to breathe a sigh of relief, as if relieved to be rid of the darkness that had plagued it for so long. Moonlight filtered through the canopy, casting ethereal shadows on the forest floor. Silence enveloped them once more, broken only by the rustle of leaves in the gentle breeze. The friends exchanged weary glances, their minds still reeling from the encounter with the shadow. "We have to warn others," Jacob said, his voice trembling with urgency. "No one should ever come near that cabin again." Ethan nodded in agreement, his hands still shaking from the ordeal. "We'll tell everyone we know," he said. "We can't let anyone else fall victim to that thing." Sarah clutched the talisman tightly in her hand, its warmth a comforting presence against the chill of the night. "We'll make sure no one forgets," she vowed. "We'll make sure the shadow in the darkness never claims another soul." With newfound determination, the friends made their way back through the forest, their steps guided by the light of the moon. Though the memory of the shadow would haunt them for years to come, they knew that together they had faced the darkness and emerged victorious. And as they disappeared into the night, the forest whispered its gratitude, the shadows retreating before the light of their courage. For though the shadow in the darkness may have been banished for now, they knew that it would always linger, waiting for another unsuspecting soul to wander into its grasp.